The next project is the next Smith and Mighty album, which is due out in April. We've just finished it, so it'll be coming out through K7. And also myself and Rob Smith is coming out with a new More Rockers album, which is more of the drum and bass side, but again it's very reggae influenced, the drum and bass side of what we do. It is a very crazy business, but at the moment we're finding being with K7 pretty relaxed. For Mighty obviously in the early 90s went through a real bad 5 years with London Records, it was a record deal which didn't go very well, so signing up to K7, for a while we went independent, but we were having problems with distribution and stuff. Then we signed up with K7 and everything's running nice and smooth now, Yeah, we've been travelling as Smith and Mighty and stuff for the last 4 years, just promoting our stuff, promoting our albums, doing a live PA, doing a sort of a sound system style show. If we don't do a live PA, we do a format where we just play dub dates, play mix of the stuff that we produce. We have an MC who's doing the sound system style. We have the old siren box, little noise box like the Jamaican style, doing it that way. So we've been travelling for the last 4 years, really, just promoting in Europe, America, Japan. I find Japan very interesting. The first time that we flew to Japan was 1997, and we played with a guy called Jashaka, who's based in London. Now Jashaka is my real big influence because he deals with like roots and culture. He deals with roots and culture music. I've listened. Everybody used to listen to Jashaka as they were growing up. And I listened to him as a teenager growing up. Went to his sessions, and then one day we heard that we were playing with Jashaka in Japan, and it was like, yeah, wicked, that's really good, And so playing there was interesting for the first time, and it was interesting to see the Japanese reaction, because, obviously it was the first time that I've ever been there, and you had all these Japanese dreads, do you know what I mean, like men and women, we went out there as More Rockers, which is More Rockers is the drum and bass side of what we do, which is very reggae influenced. So a lot of people came to listen to drum and bass, but there was a lot of people who also came to listen to, most of the people came to listen to Jashaka, the roots thing. So there were people there who were being introduced to drum and bass for the first time, and people being introduced to roots reggae for the first time, and the atmosphere was wicked, they've got all these Japanese people, like the Japanese dreads from the mountains come down and they're just jumping about, and best experience for me, one of the best experiences, When I drive around, I listen to old dub stuff. I listen to Scientist with Johnny Clark singing on it, and I like listening to the 80s roots dub stuff. I still, I love the stuff which is going on now. It's very heavy, it's wicked, but I tend to still listen to the production quality of the early 80s stuff. To me, the production quality was far ahead of its time. It's very, it's very crisp quality. It's very, the stuff is 20 years old and it still sounds fresh today.